So today we got two NFL player props here, you guys, for opening night of the 2025-2026 NFL season. We got the Cowboys versus the defending champion Eagles here. Before I get started, you guys take a look in the description below of the video. Hop into the Discord, $9.30 per month, 31 cents per day. Again, currently doing a promo right now for first-time members of the Discord, 20% off your first month. Again, this is where I post all the plays that I'm currently making on PrizePicks over on there. Follow me on Twitter at ToughPicks as well. But like I said, currently doing a promo right now of the Discord, 20% off your first month using promo code TUFF with the link in the description below of this video. But let's get right into it. I got two props that I am looking at here for this Cowboys-Eagles game. Let's not waste any time. Let's get after it. So the first play I'm looking at here is going to be Dak Prescott over 119.5 first half pass yards. Again, this is, you can see it here, NFL first half pass yards. But right here, for some reason, I think it's glitching. It says second half, but again, right here, NFL first half. This is a first half play over 119.5 first half pass yards for Dak Prescott here. Now, we know the Eagles are heavily favored in this one. I think it's, what is it, 7.5 point spread. Eagles ring night here in Philadelphia, Dallas on the road. Again, I mean, I would, if I was taking a money line, I'm obviously going to take the Eagles minus 425 here, but I think the Eagles, their one weakness, I think this season is going to be their secondary. You can already see by this article, Eagles name starting CBs. I think it's Quinyon Mitchell, Adoree Jackson. Give Cowboys, or Adoree Mitchell, not Adoree Jackson. I could be wrong. Quinyon Mitchell, and Adoree Jackson. And you can see here a lot of people are saying that the Cowboys wide receivers are going to feast. And obviously Dak Prescott has CeeDee Lamb. He has now George Pickens. And then obviously he has a receiving back in Javonte Williams and then Jake Ferguson. But we look over on Outlier. Again, there's a link in the description below. You can get a 7-day free trial with Outlier. Research betting tool that I use every single day. We look at his first half pass yards going back to last season. Obviously he didn't play a ton of games, but 100 plus first half passing yards in every game. 8 of 8, and then over the sign of 5 of 8. And obviously these games here is when Dallas started to really struggle offensively. But to start the season, 156, 184, 140, 164, and 188 pass yards for Dak Prescott here in this one, which obviously gives, to me, in my opinion, at least a ton of upside for him here, right? Obviously in this game that, the Eagles' rush defense is very good. Last season, the Eagles allowed the sixth fewest yards per carry in the National Football League, which again should just bode well for Dak Prescott having to throw the ball. We know the Cowboys lost Micah Parsons, which should again just make their defense even weaker, maybe hopefully resulting in some quick scores for the Eagles in this one. So Dak Prescott over 119.5 first half passing yards the first play. Second play here, going back to the full NFL board here. I like the field goals made combo, Brandon Aubrey and Jake Elliott over 3.5. So again, essentially 2 field goals made each. Not really understanding why this is on the board, at least in my opinion. We look at Brandon Aubrey first. Obviously, people say he's the best kicker in the football. BetMGM minus 160 for 2 field goals. Over at least 2 field goals last season in 14 of 17 games, 82% hit rate. Obviously, I think it being the first game of the season, I think there is for both teams going to be opportunities for drives to stall. A lot of both starters on both teams did not play in the preseason. So there is going to be some, continuity issues, I think, offensively, which should allow for drives to stall and for kickers to come onto the field. I think there's a lot of upside for both these players. One, because I think drives will stall, and Brandon Aubrey's already favored for 2. And then Jake Elliott on this line over in 14 of 21 last season. And again, both these teams faced off division rivals. Jake Elliott 2 for 2 in 2 of 2 and for 2 for 2 in both games against the Cowboys last season. And then Brandon Aubrey against the Eagles last season, 2 and 0 field goals. So essentially they went over this line in 1 of 2 games, but we can see here Brandon Aubrey now favored over 1.5 pretty significantly. But again, I think I like this line because 1, good chance for drives to stall. And then 2, I think for Jake Elliott, obviously, if the Eagles are up, and them being 7.5 point favorites, they're just going to kick field goals, towards the end of the second half, and towards the end of the game. Obviously, they're going to take the points. And then for Brandon Aubrey, I think the Eagles having such a stout defensive line and being able to get to Dak Prescott, I think they're going to have trouble in the red zone, which should result in field goals for the Cowboys. So we look at, the defense versus position last season. The Eagles allowed 39. Sorry, is this over the course of the season? Let's actually look towards the last 8 weeks of last year. Again, things change year to year. Eagles, though, last season did give up a ton of field goals, right? Because the red zone defense was very, very strong. And then I do like Jake Elliott, like I said, for that lack of continuity in the offense. The Eagles starters played no snaps together in the preseason. So, again, NFL season is here. Please drop a like. I'm dropping content like this all the time here on this channel. Hit that subscribe button, you guys, and as always, let's cash.